Claude Fable 5 just came out today, and it may be the biggest release ever made in the AI world. This is the Mythos level model. Now, that name may be familiar to you because you might have heard it as the AI that basically hacked into all of the internet that was basically too dangerous to release. Well, they just released that class of model. Now, this model is a very different type of model than before. Well, the way you actually use this model is you treat it more like a partner, and you work together to solidify on a vision of something and a goal. And then you give it free rein to accomplish that goal. And it goes in a loop until it achieves that specific goal. You may have heard about loops and how they're done, but this is taking full advantage of that loop functionality because you're going to have it come up with the goal and it's going to keep referencing that as it's building. Now, this is the safe version of Claude Mythos, but it's available to us and you can see that it is a beast. Look at this. These stats are crazy. Now, we're going to put it to the test. We're going to build something together right now, and I'm going to show you how to set it up. Basically, we're going to test it, and that is my promise to you right now. It doesn't just beat all the previous models, it dominates. So this is available everywhere. It's on all the different things. However, there are some hiccups on how to use it, and I'll show you how to get around those. Now, loops are a complicated thing, but I'll show you exactly how to set it all up. And yeah, let's get into it. Now, before we get into it, some of the things that Anthropic said to do is you should treat it like a thought partner. It's way smarter than all of us. It is a true thought partner. The second thing is then you need to give it goals. That's the most important transition. You're a CEO of your own company now. You are the leader and you have to give it a goal. You have to give it goals that it can achieve. And then the last thing they said is actually to be more ambitious because it can accomplish things that we didn't think were possible for an AI to accomplish. It can work for days, weeks, months even. So this is a new paradigm for how AI works. What you need to do is you actually need to involve it into the whole process of brainstorming, planning how you build the thing because it's now the most important piece of your thinking. It's going to be the one you bounce ideas off. You ask it for its own ideas. It will come up with the best way to do something. Now, I personally use these models every day at work. I build AAA games, and I am so excited for all this stuff. And what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to build a community around people who are interested in using technology to help share the beauty of life with as many people as possible. I personally want to make cinematic science, and this is my partner. This is how I'm going to achieve it because nowadays, this is the most valuable tool there is. Out of everything I know how to do, 3D, AI video, writing, storytelling, all of it, this is really the most important tool to know how to use. What I want to do is I want to use this to help build that audience, to help build an audience of curious, excited individuals who are excited about the future, who want to basically help inspire the next generation of science-minded people. And I can't do that alone. I need help, and that's where AI comes in. That's where AI comes in for me. I want to build stories and make science exciting and visual and immersive, and this is my help. Nowadays you don't need a company of 100,000 people. You don't even need a company of 1,000 people. You might only need a company of a few people, and then you have these tools that help take care of a lot of other things. All right, so I'm literally in the model right now, and the way I'm doing this is going into Claude, into a new folder, and then you can basically say model and Claude Fable 5. It might not be listed yet on the models. In fact, it probably isn't listed. It wasn't listed for me, and it's not listed in the app. So basically, if you do this, you'll get it. So it's available, just hidden. So what I'm trying to build right now is something that I don't know exactly what I'm trying to build, but that's what it's going to help me figure out. I want to build a studio. So, okay. See, this is good for you to see. I'm trying to be odd as I can without pigeonholing it into what I think it should do. Because my first thought is thinking, okay, I want you to help me build a content system, right? I want you to help me build a content system that helps me find outliers and all this stuff. But you know what? Like when I think back to the advice, I shouldn't do that. I should actually give it my high level goal and it should help me figure out how to achieve that goal better. So, my high level goal is I want to build. Okay, so right now I'm even just saying I want to build a following around this, but maybe that's not what I want to say because I'm trying to think it's supposed to be telling me what I should be focusing on. So my thought is okay, I'm just giving it my high level goal. I want to build a cinematic studio focused around science content like natural history films and shorts. I am having it come up with the plan because I think I know what I need to do, but I think it probably knows better what it should do. I even kind of had some direction that I don't think was really, yeah.
All right, so now that took some time, I answered all the questions and I transferred this to my phone so that I could actually answer just using voice and also had to do some other stuff. So, in between all this, I just tried to give as much information as I could and I used it as my buddy to work through how we're going to do this. We have like outlier research, we reference library, brainstorm canvas, 30-day planner. These are things I talked to it about. I think that I probably gave it too much direction because I told it all these things and now it's only really building the things that I told it that I wanted to build. I think the next time I do this, I'm going to try and have it recommend the things that we should build because I really just wanted it to build this stuff, but I think I directed it too much. But yeah, as you can see, it went through all of this and a lot of stuff. And then finally, at the end, it finished off here. And it just kept checking to see, did it complete? Did it complete? And it kept basically going back and forth with itself, checking against our initial plan. And that's the beauty of this. I didn't actually have to do anything to get that set up. That is just how it works. And in the end, what we have is this. I've already tried it out. So we have different references, we have different channels, and we can then paste in a link here. We can then look at outliers. Once I connect these APIs, we have a functioning calendar. We have a canvas. I can add another note, like brand content. This is pretty crazy that this is a complicated system that is building. And obviously I'm going to have to add my API keys, and it's something I can actually use. This is basically something I've wanted to build. Outlier research and a planner, and basically I can then have it give me a 30-day plan, and I know that basically brainstorming ideas here. It has a AI strategist where I can basically have it, come up with ideas with me and like adding reference, like pretty crazy stuff. I think that this is going to change the way we do things. Tools are going to be much more personalized to what you need to do. And that's the huge benefit we have here is everyone wants to do something different in life. Everyone wants to do something you know, slightly unique. And now you can build your own tools to do the things that are most unique to you. And also, all these tools out there already, they're finding ways that they can integrate with these tools. Like you can see, like MCP, like Higgsfield has a Higgsfield MCP. All these AI video tools, they're getting their own MCPs. And I think all tools will start to eventually be able to communicate with your agent and your Claude agent. And that is going to be an unlock where you can have these incredibly complex systems. Let's just test out a YouTube video. Why not? Okay, and it actually extracted the thumbnail. That's pretty cool. Basically, I'll need to connect the YouTube API thing, but this is the beginning of what I'm trying to create. I'm trying to create a system for me to stay organized, keep track of all the different channels, what they're doing, what they're posting, basically give myself the ability to see at a high level what's going on in the space and understand the things that are doing well, not doing well, so I can actually build this community based on things that this niche is interested in and this niche is asking for, and then also introduce my own things that I think are valuable to this niche. And everyone can do this within their own niches too. I hear there's a lot of things happening, and I am really excited about what's going on. So, it built a fully functional app with a dashboard, multiple different apps within one app, basically. Like, and it just there's no bugs, no issues. And it did it completely on its own. It helped me strategize. I'm the bottleneck now. It's just we are the bottleneck if we're building something and it's not to our standard of what we need. Drop a like, and yeah,